a battle comparison again, prime peak for peak. Kobe Bryant versus LeBron James. Too bad his career had to end a little too early, man. 2013 was a sad year, ending Kobe Bryant's career, but nevertheless, we're going to get into it. LeBron versus Kobe, let's go.
What's good, guys? Prince Sports here, coming at you with another one. So let's get into it. We're going to do prime peak for peak while they was on championship contending teams. LeBron James versus Kobe Bryant. Now, I'm going to start off with Kobe Bryant. You could say Kobe Bryant's prime started really in 2001. From 1996 to 2001, Kobe Bryant hit his stride, became a superstar in 2001. And if you said, I don't think 2001, I'm going more towards 2002. I'm going to say 2001 for the simple fact, the top 5 best players in the game, Shaq, Kevin Garnett, Allen Iverson, and Tim Duncan, all right? That's 4. Outside of that, you kind of be hard-pressed to find another player that was better than Kobe Bryant. So he has to be in that top 5 outside of that. You had guys like T-Mac, but T-Mac didn't hit his stride yet. Him and Kobe Bryant was like 6 and 7 on a scores list that year. Jerry West, fun fact, was the #1 scorer in that year. But Jerry Stackhouse. Pardon me. Jerry Stackhouse was the leader scorer for that year. And he wasn't better than Kobe Bryant. I'm sorry, even if he led the league in scoring. But nevertheless, let's get it started. 2001, championship contending team, Kobe Bryant wins. And I know he was a sidekick for that year, definitely after Shaq coming off winning the MVP. But at the same time, you could always make a case Shaq needed Kobe more than Kobe needed Shaq. And this was, if there was any situation that needed a 1A, 1B, this would be it, okay? So he wins 2001, wins 2002. 2002 is really when he hit his peak prime. You know, great defensive player, great scorer. He was all that in 2001. 2003, they lose to the San Antonio Spurs, I believe, that year. So, you know, that's an L on his record. After they were championship contenders, they was failing to 4-peat. So after that, 2004, they get Gary Payton and Karl Malone. They go to the finals and they get waxed by a team with no all-stars, no really real future all-time great basketball players, and they still lose. 2004. So that's 2 L's right there. Then we go fast forward to 2008. He's on a championship contending team. They lose. 2009, he wins. 2010, he wins. And he wins 2 championships with just 1 sidekick, which was Paul Gasol. 2011, they lose to the would-be champs Dallas Mavericks. They were still championship contenders. They were defending that crown. And then there's the odd year, 2012, okay? A lot of people say, hey, they weren't championship contenders in 2012. But I beg to differ, because a lot of people thought it was going to be Miami Heat versus Lakers that year. The Lakers finished 4th place, and they lose to the would-be Western Conference Finals champions, which was the OKC Thunder. So they went out in the blaze of glory, you know, and they lose to the Thunder. So that's a L on their record. And 2013, you got Steve Nash and Dwight Howard coming to the team, and that would be Kobe Bryant's, sadly, last year of playing basketball in his prime, period. The very next year, he would only play 6 games, and the other year following, he would only play 35 games. After 2013, Kobe Bryant was never the same, and it's because of this injury. Okay, that injury hurt Kobe Bryant's career. That was the end. That was it. So now we're going to add that against LeBron James. Quick, brief description. 2009, lose. 2010, they lose. 2011, they lose. 2012 and 2013, they win. 2014, he loses. 2015, lose. 2016, win. 2017, lose. 2018, lose. 2019, lose. 2020, They win 2021, lose 2022, lose. Okay, these are all the teams that he had that was championship contending teams with either a top 5 player in the game or a super team, which is going to get held against him in this case because Kobe was winning his chips without no super team, without no team holding the NBA hostage, and people saying, hey, it's unfair, right? So the only year that gets to be odd circle in here is 2019 compared to Kobe's, because 2019 you can make a case the Lakers weren't championship contender, but that year was wide open. That was the year Kawhi Leonard won the championship. So if he had made it to the NBA playoffs, they didn't went through all that whole trade fiasco and he just played basketball with that young core, they probably would have made it to the finals. We will never know. But so I'm going to add that because I think during the season they became title favorites. But before the season started, they were not title favorites. I give you that. So, but as the results came about, they started playing. They were title favorites. So that gives us what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can say 10 years of LeBron James losing compared to Kobe Bryant's 5 years of losing. Okay, so it's fair to say when you put a championship team around Kobe and he don't even need a super team, more than likely he's going to come out winning more. He has a higher winning percentage. He's a better winner than LeBron James. And LeBron James, even with a super team and several future Hall of Famers, more than Kobe Bryant ever played with, still comes out with less. And that's amazing. Kobe Bryant still has more championships than LeBron James, and LeBron James is still playing basketball and may be getting his fourth super team, big three-wise, once Kyrie Irving comes. And if he fails with that, that's even more of a bigger stain on his resume, because it's one thing to form super teams, but you're not supposed to be underachieving with them neither. And when you have more time. So Kobe beats LeBron James in that aspect. Better winner, Kobe Bryant. Peak for peak prime. Prince Sports out. Peace.